Alrighty then, folks. We're back. And before you ask, yes, it does look a little different here. My previous cans that I had to monitor this sort of thing died the final death. So, you now have to deal with other shit. Thankfully, I still have these backup earbuds here, which will do for the moment, while I'm waiting for Best Buy to fill in my replacement. Quick BRB, folks. Alrighty then, we are back. Yep, it has been fun so far. Mm-hmm. There we go. Previously on ESO Arcanist Edition. Now I know what you're thinking. Why don't I have use Bluetooth with this? Answer: because then I would have to fucking refutz with all the audio settings. OBS can get weird AF sometimes. Something fucking happened with ESO again? Oh, I may have to do this here. Encoder overload, I think. I think it's the damn fluid motion frames myself. Alrighty then. Much better. We're gonna go ahead and do this quickly. And relaunch. And oh dear. This is a lot of oh dear. Quick BRB, guys. There we go. Hello! Again. And shit. There we go. Much better. Now let's hopefully get this dumpster fire resituated, shall we? Doop 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 doop. Let's reload. And then There we go. Alright. There we go. Much better, much better, much better. When did the frame rate go down? How do I help out here? It's like everybody and their mother's fucking coming on here, I think. Now let's see. Fucking annoying as hell. Hmm. There we go. Ah. Hmm. And yeah, I still don't know why it's... Hmm. Ugh. Why is it fucking taking so much? I know it's not my goddamn encoder. I've had the same encoder settings and it's not even giving me problems on fucking Power World. Encoder overloaded, encoder overloaded. I keep getting encoder overloaded despite being on the fucking right path in regards to the encoder. Yeah, I may have to do a quick thing here. Right, that should take care of things, I think.
I don't have to go, you know. I can help clean things up around here. I know how to keep a low profile.
This isn't up for debate. You're going.
Previously, on ESO Arcanist Edition.
Nara, you thought you might stop by. You probably hate me, and I completely understand. I'm still glad you showed up, though.
But all this behind you?
I lost my brother. I killed my own father. I kind of went crazy out there for a while. I don't think I'll ever put this completely behind me. But I'll do what Nariu asks. I'll go away. Finish my training. Try to make a new start.
Where is she sending you?
To Somerset. But don't tell anybody. She was quite adamant about that. She's given me a letter of introduction for some highfalutin Khajiit. Works for a queen or something. Anyway, He's going to be my new mentor.
Mm-hmm. Well, good. Best of luck to you in your future endeavors, Van.
Look, I'm sorry. Oran's death made me crazy. That's no excuse. But I'm never going to forgive House Redoran for the attitudes that brought us here. I'm done with them. Take care of Naryu. I don't want her to get hurt because of me.
How did I know you were going to show up, hero? Can't get enough of my smiling face, hmm? I know she tried to murder a kin house full of counselors, but Thea deserves to see a friendly face before I send her away.
I'm assuming that sending her away is the right decision. You're certain of that.
She spilled Redoran blood without a writ. She broke the rules of the Morag Tong. As I see it, I don't have a choice. Thea needs to remain dead in the eyes of Vardenfell. Otherwise, we'll all have to pay for the damage she's done.
This plane still got some risk.
Only if it fails, and that's not going to happen. Somerset is far enough away that no one will find her. Besides, Thea needs time to heal and make a fresh start. She'll be fine. Her new mentor is a pussycat compared to me.
Oh.
Well,
Hop over to Deshaun on the way.
The manifest is full, but I'll find room. Walk with the three.
I'll soon be heading back to my homeland of Somerset. Are you interested in passage? We've room for more.
Yeah, sure. I'm on my way over there.
Good. There's a fair wind now. Should be a pleasant sail.
Mm-hmm. And right now we've got this.
Not many can ignore the call.
Here we go. We have options here, of course. Field interview.
That Argonian better keep her tongue.
The captain's going to have my tail if we're not allowed to unload soon.
I could be unloading the boat, I suppose, in the hopes that the customs inspection is finished soon. Or I could spend my time not being a fool.
to turn on. Hey, local. Mm-hmm. All right. Mm-hmm. Now we got that dealt with.
No! I finally decide to pursue true art. To move.
Now I know what you're thinking. Yeah, why the hell have you not gone off and done anything yet? The answer, of course, is quite simple. Our only real map here is... I gotta figure out exactly why this thing's...
Which one would he possibly be?
We make our way around the corner. Roosevelt Heights. Some private thoughts. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Varieties of faith, high elves. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Here we go. Sometimes I wonder what the fuck has gone on in ESO. Anywho. There we go. Definitely not those. Okay. Get rid of the damn V-Sync. You know what? Screw this.
Seeking a sip of fine Russell red?
The Justice here.
Let the cat fight those monsters! I'm getting out of here! The island sprung a leak. Run! First, the Queen issues a decree that changes the status of Somerset from an isolated paradise into a tourist attraction. Now monsters, sea creatures, I've never seen anything like them. Well, I say let the cat fight them. Better him than me.
Wait. Monsters? Cat? You might want to slow down and start from the middle here. Let you know.
Suddenly the ground opened, spewing water and strange creatures. They attacked us. Luckily, one of the newcomers, a Khajiit, leaped in and drove them back. Called himself Razumdar. He could probably use some help if you're so inclined.
Alright, I'll go ahead and have a chat with them.
My friend, Raz is happy to see you, but surprised you didn't help me with these creatures. Not that Raz needed any help. You must tell me what brought you to Somerset after you agreed to assist Raz with his usual cloak and dagger business.
Really? That sounds pretty ominous.
Ominous? No more than usual, my friend. But there's work for the Queen's eye, and this one could use an extra blade if you're willing. Queen Irene issued a decree to open the borders of Somerset and allow outsiders to have access to the island.
And that sounds like a track so far.
That's what Raz said, but rumors reached the Queen. So this one made the journey and was immediately attacked by strange creatures. Raz doesn't think the two are related, but if you could ask some questions, check on the newcomers, that would help.
I'll go and ask some questions.
While you ask questions around the city, I can take care of some other business. It may or may not involve scratching and clawing. Let's meet near the entrance to Shimmerin when you have a report.
What are these strange creatures?
Raz never saw such monsters in his life. They appear related to water, but this one tends to avoid this stuff. That pearl, though, Raz swears it was calling those creatures. A mystery for another time, perhaps. Now, we need to see to the newcomers.
Agreed. Anybody in specific you want to talk to?
As a matter of fact, Raz made a list. Old Newell, a high elf artisan, spoke out. See what she complained about. Then there's Soxolza, a persecuted Argonian newcomer. Finally, Ranul, a city resident noted in the Divine Prosecution's observation log.
Well, obviously Ronald does not sound High Elven.
True, not enough syllables. Ranul's a Redguard, whose family has lived in Shimarin for generations. He's a well-respected trader, with a few warehouses along the docks. Talk to him, before the Divine Prosecution decides to arrest him.
Divine
The
Prosecution.
Divine Prosecution serves as lawkeepers and protectors of social standards. Very persnickety. When rules are broken, they record it in their observation logs. If your name winds up on their list, things get complicated.
And what do you mean about Solxoza getting persecuted?
Something to do with monks and newcomer registration. Roz is looking into that. Last I heard, Soxolza was seen leaving the city and heading west. Probably trying to reach the water. Lizards like water, yes? Not Roz. Ugh. Roz hates the wet stuff.
What did Olnawil speak out about, and where can I find her?
Old Newell complained about it. Roz doesn't finish your investigation. You will find out. The artists like to gather shells along the eastern coast. She uses them to make paints and dyes.
And what's this got to do with the geyser and the creatures?
Nothing at all. Unless you think they came to Somerset because of the Queen's decree.
What do you expect me to learn?
Confirm these rumors or else put an end to them. Everyone should be pleased with the Queen's decree. Opening the border shows progress, yes? However, if any of her loyal subjects reject progress, well, Raz needs to know that too.
Alright.
While you ask questions around the city, Raz
Alright.
will take care of some other business.
Anything else I should know?
Raz knows very little about city ordinances or how to tell the difference between mead and ale, so let's avoid those topics, yes?
Let's
Queen
talk about that.
her most excellent leader of the Aldmeri Dominion, has issued a decree opening the once forbidden land of Somerset to traders, visitors, and immigrants of all races. Controversial, yes, but part of her plan for the Dominion's future.
And the problem here is...
For some, high elves talk of perfection, but they are a complicated people. Various individuals in Somerset take issue with their queen, with change of any sort, actually. The King Lady, for example, some nobles. Makes my job complicated.
What about the kin lady and nobles?
King Lady Avenice has made her views on the Queen's decree quite clear. She calls it unreasonable, dangerous. A few of the city's nobles have sided with the King Lady, as has the new Oldark at the monastery. My queen permits discussion, to a point.
So the kin lady opposes the queen's decree.
She has spoken against it. Now Raz needs to know how far she will go to defy the will of the queen. Does she grumble but welcome the newcomers, or is she using every option at her disposal to block their arrival? Raz will find out, with your help.
Alrighty then. Let's go. Well, first up, we talked to Ronald. We got a little bit of a discussion we had to have with him. Ronald.
A newcomer? In the warehouse district? Unusual. But how can I help you today, my friend?
Well, apparently your name slipped on Divine Prostitution's ops logs.
Divine? Who told you that? If a justiciar sent you to try and trick me into confessing... No. The High Elves would never send a newcomer to do such a task. But I admit it. I made my thoughts known.
And what were those thoughts, if you don't mind me asking?
I arranged to bring my cousin here to work with me. The ship arrived, but all the newcomers were carted away. For questioning, they said. I complained to the kin lady and anyone else who would listen. And what has it gotten me? Nothing.
You're not a high elf. You live in Somerset long?
Oh, my family has been here for generations and generations. Before the Queen's decree, outsiders might have been rare, but we were not unheard of.
You like living here?
Somerset is a rare and beautiful jewel in the...
And of course, better than go on and hear the tourist material for the 16,000th time. There we go. Souls' backpack has been found. Gmot, Somerset is not the Wondrous Paradise. The Heralds complain, despite the fine words of the Queen's decree, the High Elves want nothing to do with outsiders. Mm-hmm. Alrighty.
Your own patch of beach.
Oh, please. I'm just here for a couple
You'd
questions.
understand the concept. But the path to Alaxon requires dedication and complete concentration. I must find the perfect shells, or my pigments will be substandard. And do you know what that will do to my art? Exactly.
Okay. I get that, but what little question? What, pray tell, is the path to Alabama Laxon?
An ultimate concept practiced widely here in Somerset. Alaxon is the state of perfection that every high elf strives for. The path to Alaxon represents the approach we take to achieve that state. Now, why have you interrupted my work?
I heard you made complaints in Shimmerine, bitch. Discuss.
I believe in caution as much as the next high elf, but sometimes the rules get in the way of common sense. My apprentice lived here for more than a year. Good help is so hard to find, especially among the newcomers, and she was adept at making dyes.
And what happened to your apprentice?
They took her away. Said they had to scrutinize her qualifications, test her knowledge of culture and etiquette. But I haven't seen her since. My work suffers, so of course I complained to the monks. Now I have to gather my own shells.
Did the monks offer any explanation as to where she was or when she would return?
They told me I could fill out some forms and appeal to the kin lady. But who has time for such bureaucracy? And for a wood elf? I've said too much. I have work to do, and all this aggravation has diverted my path to Alaxon.
Fuck off.
Perfection requires constant vigilance, so back to it.
Well, go ahead and be perfect here. I just prefer wasabi. The art of imperfect. To throw a harmonious imbalance. Sometimes in other words, sometimes you can find beauty in a fractal.
This is unheard of. Why have you closed the monastery?
Good people, I hear your concerns.
But the workers I hired, they were aboard the ship from Rivenspire.
The kin lady and I, we have only your best interests in mind. Every guest must be sequestered while we ascertain their suitability for Ultima society.
The old dog's right. Lock up the newcomers.
Send the newcomers back where they came from. We don't want them here.
Such anger. Raz never expected to hear such words from the Queen's loyal subjects. The sentiment isn't universal, but enough feel this way for Raz to be concerned. Did you learn anything interesting from the people I sent you to talk to?
The artist assistant and Redguard's cousin have both been sequestered.
Sequestered? Just a different word for imprisoned, yes. Ranul's cousin just arrived, but O'Newell's assistant has lived on Somerset since long before the Queen ever issued her decree. What about the lizard? What did Soxolza have to say?
Well, what's left of Soxozo didn't talk much, but I was able to find a letter. By the way, not for nothing here, Raz, but some of us prefer not to be called lizard.
Raz intended no offense. Some of this one's best friends are lizards. But this one wonders why the Aldark is gathering up newcomers, and does the kin lady condone his actions? Raz suggests the next course is to investigate the monastery.
Oh, you sweet summer child. Alright, I'll help you with the fucking monastery.
Raz admires your enthusiasm, but this one needs you to enter the monastery on your own. Raz has other fish to catch. This one will help you get past the sentry, though. When you notice that the sentry is distracted, just...
Alrighty then, folks. Quick BRB. Alright then. We is back.
Mara, help me. Mara, help me find my son.
You there! I have a... Damn it, why won't this work?
Did you see a golden knight?
I have no idea what that was, and I'm not sure I want to know.
Huh. Golden Knight, you say? So somebody's coming in.
Sentry! Raz owes you for that game of cards and has come to pay.
Well, I don't recall any... You say I won some gold?
Don't you remember? Raz always pays his debt.
Enter the monastery of Mosorian Harmony.
This isn't the town square. Move along.
Oh, shut up. Kin lady, my dear elder Tilkalar, I'm so glad you suggested transferring to our beloved monastery. I was happy to use my influence to make that happen, especially after that insightful discussion we had between Aaron's rival. Frankly dangerous to create a corridor with moving natures and everyone need all Somerset remain safe and secure. Your plan especially from to test our sensibility for pursuit every presence in Shimmerine. This is a stroke of genius, determining has the ability to temperament to become productive members of our society, and it does not allow us to spot channel makers from lackadaisical transients for any damages done. It isn't a perfect solution, but it will suffice until we can urge a young foreseen queen to rescind this order and send all the Nevera, the unwelcome, back to where they came from. Samuel's opinion should be acceptable for life in Somerset. I'm sure Arenario will appreciate having documentation showing whom he agrees to saying whom he sent away. I keep saying that Somerset is sacrosanct. Let Oradon deal with the other races. After all, our beloved queen spends all her time there anyway, carousing with cats and what else. I'm sure she'll have no company. In Lady Avenues shows that she's a racist Karen. Monastic Muleros.
No, not now, please. Your spiritual well-being can wait until after my nap.
Where can I find the sequester?
You'll have to ask one of the monks that the new Aldach brought with him. They deal with all the newcomer testing and evaluations. I'm just... Aldach Tilkala arrived right after the Queen. Aldach and his monks keep to themselves. Again with the questions about... The monastery should be a place of peace.
Go through the dialogue tree for them. Page number 3 is an upstairs one here.
Are you trying to make me angry? Get out!
Let's see. Very good. Let's sequester guess. Wood Elves! 4 males, 3 females, all claim to be Dominion citizens. One says she lived in Somerset for more than a year and moved to preparation cells. Khajiit, 7 males, 9 females, all claim to be Canadian citizens, sent half to the preparation cells, the other half to holding cells. Argonians, 4, gender inconclusive, you can tell with these muck swimmers. Moved to preparation cells for immediate siphoning. Bretons, 1 male, 2 females, claim to be traders from way west, or did they say Daggerfall? Because why am I writing all this down? Why does the new Aldark plan to do with all this information placed in holding cells? Red Guards, 2 males, 4 females, all arrived on a ship from Hammerfell. One says he was sent for by Ronald the Trader, sent half to holding, the other half to preparation. Nords, 1 male claims to be part of something called the Nord Cultural Exchange, sent to holding. Oh no, Rigert! This wasn't here before. Abyssal Pearl.
Unusual knick-knack for an Aldark's office, wouldn't you agree?
Really? I would think so too. It looks like an evil pearl. Who are you again?
I noticed you skulking around while I was engaged in some skulking of my own. I suppose we both came to the monastery with a similar purpose in mind.
And what would that be?
The sequestered newcomers. I came to find out what happened to a friend. I assume that's what brought you here as well? A house of worship shouldn't be used as an internment camp, and it shouldn't be locked to the public either.
Well, there was a pearl like that with strange creatures nearby.
I've never seen anything quite like it. I find it intriguing and a bit disturbing.
How'd you get past the sentry?
It appear to have stopped you, so I could ask you the same question. Let's just agree that we both have our methods. That's the question, my cautious friend. We have a newly appointed Aldark and a disgruntled kin lady, both opposed to the Queen's decree.
Right. Let's head to the Undercroft.
I wonder where the Aldark acquired it.
Never.
Not important. I'll meet you in the Undercroft, and we can see what's going on with the newcomers.
Now we can pop down to the Undercroft.
Something's wrong down here. I sense magic. Vile magic. Cages? These people did nothing to deserve such treatment. There's someone alive.
Thank the Divines! You aren't one of the monks. Please, let me out of here. It's a nightmare. The monks gathered them a few...
Is that a... Scoffin?
Oh, thank you for setting me free.
A Daedra. Here? And that's a Scoffin, if I remember my Daedric recitations correctly. Very curious.
Good Scoffin in a monastery devoted to the Eight? This can't be good.
An excellent question, and one I hope to find the answer to. From the evidence before us, it appears this Nord killed the Scoffin before he succumbed to his own wounds. Good, then I suggest we... I'll explain everything later. For now, we need to hurry.
Great Hall of the Undercroft.
More newcomers? Unfortunately, the magic only affects those who have been prepared. But never fear, your turn will come.
hold off these creatures. The Pearl's magic attracts these creatures. Hold them off while I complete my... Come on, let's talk outside.
Whoa, that was easy!
Those poor people. This wasn't just about newcomers and opposing the Queen's decree. That was Daedric magic that
What happened? Did you
promised
destroy...
to explain what I know. I suppose that now's as good a time as any. I'm a member of the Sijic Order.
Hey?
The Sijic Order is an ancient magical monastic society. We served as advisors to the rulers of Tamriel. That was before we removed our island home from the world. Now this threat has drawn us back. But why are you involved in all this?
I'm working at Razendar, one of the Eyes of the Queen. What happened to the Pearl?
An Eye of the Queen? Interesting. I diffused the Daedric magic and transported the Pearl to Artaeum, the Sijic Island, and study, so we can learn more about it. But we can discuss this further once we get out of here.
Alright, let's go. Let's get out of the undercroft here, folks. There we go. Here we go.
Living on Artaeum for a few centuries doesn't prepare you for physical activity. Let the Eye of the Queen know what we discovered, and I'll catch up with you later.
Anchors away, my boys.
Ah, this one's new partner returns. What interesting scandal did you uncover in the monastery? Tell Raz every juicy detail.
Oh, it's a scandal, alright. All the people being sequestered were slaughtered to power a Daedric ritual. I found this letter.
That isn't the kind of scandal Raz was hoping for. Murder, Daedric rituals, and traitorous behavior have a way of ruining an otherwise perfect day. We need to learn the extent of the Kin Lady's involvement. And by we, Raz means you.
So I take it you want me to go in front of the Kin Lady and say j'accuse when it comes to conspiring with the Daedric cult.
Accuse? Not exactly. Raz wants you to talk to her. See what she knows about the Old Dark. The Kin Lady is meeting with local leaders. Attend that meeting and learn the truth. This invitation and set of elegant clothes will get you through the door.
Also met a mage from the Sijic Order in the monastery.
A Sijic? Raz has heard rumors, but there are always rumors about the Sijics. For an island of sages who disappeared more than 300 years ago, there was a life-sucking pearl. You should probably have led with that bit of information. Well, we can worry about the Sijic mage and figure out where these pearls came from later. For now, go see what the Kin Lady has to say.
Why don't you speak to the Kin Lady? You work for the Queen after all.
Kin Lady Avanice and Raz do not get along. You see, there was a horse, a platter of pudding tarts, and... No. This one won't bore you with the sordid details. Besides, everyone behaves well when they see Raz. You will learn more than I would.
Ah. So basically, they're going to keep their mouths shut. Then they see one night of Officer Razenbar here.
Come, have a drink with me.
Ew.
Yes? And who might you be?
I need to speak to the Kin Lady.
The Kin Lady is Yes. So you do.
We all have concerns regarding the Queen's decree. I assure you that I am working with all Dark Takala to safeguard the sanctity of Shimmerine and all of Somerset. Enjoy the food and drink.
Wow.
The business of the city requires my attention, but I shall rejoin you shortly.
Another newcomer. Ink has barely dried on the Queen's decree and they're all... does it? Perhaps. The newcomers are different. They understand neither Altma society nor the rules of protocol and etiquette. Makes my job as an officer of the Divine Prosecution more difficult. I just, well, don't really know the new Aldark all that. Wait a moment. I don't know who. The Divine Prosecution serves as Somerset's premier law keepers.
A newcomer here in the Kin Lady's garden. Am I? Some probably see it that way. What do I care? I'm the Canon Reeve of Shimmery. Complain, most likely. My cousin excels at that. I assume she may have... I'm a Canon Reeve, my dear. I thought we established that.
How bold of you. The Neberard dares to stand in my holy presence. Very well, bold Neberard. What can the new Aldark of Shimmerine do for you? You heard that somewhere, did you? I'll have to have a discussion with the Divine Prosecution about how lax our security has become. You really are well informed about things. You're right, where are my manners? Using a word you couldn't possibly be expected to understand. It means unwelcome. As in, you are not welcome here.
Well, we're here, and if you're not already used to it by now, then choke on it.
That's a serious accusation to toss around so casually. I suddenly remembered some business I need to do.
Let's have a chat upstairs with the High Kin Lady, who's being a arse here.
How dare you barge into my home without so much as a bio? No, I refuse to deal with one of the Queen's guests, especially not in my own home. How did you get in here, by the way? No, never mind that.
Why do you oppose the Queen's decree?
Such innocence. You really want to know why I oppose the Queen's order to allow newcomers to enter Somerset? Because I'm trying to protect both the island and the newcomers. It's in everyone's best interest that we maintain a separation.
And the Aldark agrees with your efforts to protect the island and the newcomers. Right? Right?
Aldark Tilkala came highly recommended. He has grand plans for protecting Shimmerine. Grand... Unfortunately, in my haste to deal with the Queen's decree, I may have made an error in judgment.
An error in judgment, you say? Sorry, an error in judgment, you say?
Not that it's any concern of yours, but my Chancellor has been unable to verify the Aldark's existence prior to when we met, and I recommended him for the position at the monastery. I assure you, Kin Lord Millenthal praised Tilkala to no end.
Okay, I get that here. Just one tiny little thing. Are you aware that the Aldark's monks are slaughtering newcomers into the monastery?
That's preposterous. Aldark Tilkala sequesters the newcomers to ascertain their suitability for life in Somerset. Those who pass will find a place here. As for the rest, they'll be returned to wherever they came from. That's what we agreed to.
Sounds like you need to go see for yourself what's happening at the monastery.
My lady, one of the monks said to deliver this message. It's from the Aldark himself.
The Coral Forest. An odd location for a meeting, but I need to hear the Aldark's explanation.
There we go.
King Camoran Eridan knows his place. He made no attempt to use the orrery for himself. Pretend you are adjusting your boot or admiring the architecture. As hard as it may be, look anywhere.
Oh, first things first.
Psst. Pretend you are adjusting your boot or admiring the architecture. As hard as it may be, look anywhere but directly at Raz. Good, good. Now, tell Raz what you learned at the King Lady's manor.
The kin lady is under the delusion that the newcomers are being sequestered and sent away if they fail.
Raz thinks Avanis is as naive as she is complicit, but she's not a murderer. This new Aldark, though, has so much blood on his hands, it looks like he's wearing red gloves. From what I could discover, he didn't exist before he came to Shimmerin.
Her canon reef confirms your suspicions. I also overheard the kin lady is going to meet the Aldark in the Coral Forest.
The Coral Forest? A strange meeting place. Raz thinks we should go and see what the Aldark is up to. After I take back that outfit, I might need it again later.
Find out what Valseren has to say.
I'm glad I found you. While watching the kin lady's mansion, I saw her ladyship sneak out the back and leave the city.
The kin lady is meeting the Aldark in the Coral Forest. Raz smells something, and it isn't moon sugar biscuits.
Your reputation precedes you, Eye of the Queen. I am Valseren of the Sijic Order, and I agree that the Aldark is more than a simple monk.
We should work together, yes? But let's travel separately, to avoid attracting unwanted attention. Raz will find you both at the Coral Forest.
Okay. Dalmore Handbill. Valseren?
One of Somerset's more unique environments, the Coral Forest. I used to love coming here when I was growing up.
How do we find the Aldark?
We saw the monastery's undercroft. I'm hesitant to use magic to locate them.
Alright. So we'll go ahead and search manually.
You know nothing of the plan, you fool. Let me give you a taste of what the Prince of Bargains has in store for this pitiful world.
Razumdar apprehended the kin lady. They're at the west edge of the Coral Forest. What happened to Aldark Tilkalar? Did he escape?
Aldark Tilkalar is dead. I heard a vague mention of the Prince of Bargains before we warped his ass.
I think we can conclude that Tilkalar wasn't actually an Aldark. At least, not with his connection to the Prince of Bargains' Clavicus Vial. Strange magic and creatures worry me, however.
You think you can learn something?
What a particular object can reveal if you know how to unlock it. I need to return and tell Right Master Ikesis all that transpired here. If you're willing, I'd like you to come to Artaeum and confirm my story.
Right Master Ikesis.
The Right Master leads the Psijic Order from Kapora Tower on the island of Artaeum. This spell attunes you to a portal near Shimmerine in the ruins of the Keep of 11 Forces. It always leads to Artaeum, no matter the island's current location.
Alright, I'll go to Artaeum after I check in.
One more adjustment and there, you are now attuned. Find me on Artaeum after you finish with the Eye of the Queen.
Alrighty then. There we go. Get ourselves nice and ready.
Ah, Five Claw. The King Lady and Raz had the most illuminating conversation.
Really?
You can't treat me like some sort of criminal, you horrid creature.
Raz?
Queen Irene will be disappointed that the King Lady of Shimmerine allowed a false Aldark to murder so many newcomers. Such a scandal makes other travelers uneasy about coming here, yes?
Agreed. The Aldark apparently called upon the Prince of Vargas before I perforated him in the chest.
The Prince of Bargains? That could only be Clavicus Vile. What oblivion-inspired nest of vipers has Raz stumbled into? This one has a very bad feeling about all of this. Where is the Psijic Sage? Raz would like to ask her what she thinks.
She went back to Artaeum, but invited me to come and speak to the Right Master.
The Psijic Order's interest in all of this concerns Razumdar. This one has never had much love of magic, or those that practice the art. On the other hand, now Raz has his own person on the inside. An Eye of Raz, if you will, yes?
Well, she said the Order would try to find out more about the Aldark and the Abyssal Pearls.
Then you must go to Artaeum and discover what the Psijics have learned. When you return, you can tell Raz all about it so he can pass it along to the Queen.
Alright. Let's have a chat with Kin Lady Avenice. And get some explanation.
Have you come to gloat? To kick me while I wallow in my own misery? Well, go ahead. I deserve it.
Oh, boo fucking who? How the fuck did you get involved with Aldark Tokalar?
I met him at Kinlord Millenthal's party in Eleanor. We had similar ideas about the Queen's decree, and I recommended that he lead the monastery. Somerset isn't a stew pot, and the various races aren't ingredients to be sprinkled in like so much spice.
So you knew he planned to kill the newcomers in the end, did you?
What a hateful accusation. Tilkala told me he was going to send them back where they came from. I had no idea he planned to kill them. I give you my word. I just wanted the newcomers to go away. And to find out he worshipped Daedra? How crude.
Think all the monks at the monastery worship Daedra?
I certainly hope not. We'll have to get the Divine Prosecution in there to gather up the monks Tilkala brought with him to Shimmerine. We can't have Daedric cultists desecrating a holy site. I suppose I need to beg for mercy from the proxy queen.
That would probably be the best here, dear. You may want to put some more lipstick on there, though. It'll help make the night go faster. Off to Silverwood. Do, 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 do. Garden of the Sacred Numbers. Woo! Cocksuckers! Eat a dick. There we go. Willkommen por Artean. Boo-boo-boo-boo-boo.
And there was no sign of Lathan. I don't know whether to be grateful or concerned.
We'll find him, Val. Now go check on the Pearl while I speak to our new guest.
Alright.
What a rare honor Valcerin bestowed upon you. Only a select few not of our order have ever walked upon this sacred island. Val tells me your aid was indispensable in uncovering the false Aldoc's plot on Somerset.
We discovered newcomers were being used to power up the Abyssal Pearls.
Unfortunate, certainly. The magic you describe sounds familiar, though I can't quite recall where I've heard of it before. I fear the pearls may be a harbinger of the threat Sothasil warned us about.
Sothasil? Threat? Hold on.
Sothasil, one of the living gods of the Dark Elf Tribunal. He's an honorary member of our order. After an attack on his Clockwork City, he warned us about a Daedric threat to Somerset and Artaeum. I sent Valcerin to investigate.
Anything more I can do to help?
Indeed. But not until we finish studying the pearl Valcerin brought us. There are mysteries to unravel, and the next step involves a thorough examination.
We're gonna go ahead and take a quick break here. Should be back in a few minutes. Right, we're back, folks. Now we can talk to the right
The
master.
next step involves a thorough examination of the strange pearl you and Valcerin recovered from beneath.
Can you use
We
that?
are the Sigil. While I head in.
You must be the adventurer that Valcerin was going on about. Allow me to be the first to welcome you to our secret island. That strange pearl has certainly been reluctant to reveal its secrets. The Right Master hates it when an inanimate object refuses to cooperate. Regarding the amplification elixir, I just cataloged. As soon as the pearl arrived via Valcerin's I'm the Right Master's acolyte. I have other duties to perform. Despite opinions to the contrary, being an Altmer isn't a prerequisite for membership in the Psijic Order. I'm not allowed to reveal where you are or how our magic works, other than to tell you that you have arrived upon the fabled island of the Psijic Order, Artaeum. I could say we have our ways and leave it at that, but I was examining the vial of amplification elixir.
Here we go.
Was Oriandra able to direct you to the proper elixir? Just in time. For the next stage of the ritual, if you have no objections, I'd like you to join us. Your experiences alongside Valcerin might help. We'll handle the magic. You pour the elixir into the scrying pool. We want to pour the elixir into the pool. That should provide the final boost we need to trigger the augury.
Here we stand, the most favored servants of Clavicus Smile, Nephala, and Nocturnal, on the verge of the greatest victory for our princes.
Are you sure those creatures can be trusted?
Have no fear. Isn't that why we formed the Court of Bedlam? Besides, what happens next in Relenthil will seal Somerset's fate.
Relenthil.
That was unnerving. No. I may not. From what I've... Very little, I'm afraid. The augury ritual extract...
And move her way from here to here. Another quick BRB, folks.
We can regale the court with tales of how Paradan bravely wrestled 7 volumes to the ground. He'll have the paper cuts to
To a
prove
hunting
it.
wine in St. Vindrix, a hunt would be the stuff of legend.
Here we go. There we go. Now we can pop our way over to Rellenfield.
Ah, this one has been looking for you. Rad's
Really?
investigations have brought him to Rellenfield. When this one noticed your Sijic friend slip into town, Raz figured you'd be along soon. So, what did you discover on Arteum, the island that isn't here anymore? Ugh.
Oh, hold on. Hold on. It's BRB again. There we go. Back and have food. Ah. And now...
Raz's investigations have... Yes. This one has been exploring the Daedric connection as well. But Raz hates Daedra. In Raz's experience, very little good comes from dealing with Daedra or their cultists. And this revelation brings you to Rellenfield, yes?
Other cult members mentioned something was going on here.
That is disturbingly vague. Why must cryptic cultists be so... cryptic? Well, Raz saw Valserin head toward Canonry Farmeldo's house. This one suggests we start our investigation of the area there.
We're supposed to meet Valstrom.
Go inside, we'll discuss this later. And take off that ridiculous hood.
Ridiculous? I'll show you what's ridiculous. I'll show you all!
You think as Canon Reeve I'd be immune to the troublesome temper of a spoiled and rebellious child. But what distinguished visitors I have today. A wandering sage, a well-dressed Khajiit, and you. What brings such a group to Rellenfield?
Reports of unusual occurrences here in town.
Investigating? For who? Well, there have been 3 reports this week of someone disappearing, and my intractable son Nadoril and his malcontent friends have been cavorting around the large sinkhole that recently appeared.
Do you think all 3 are related at all?
What are you implying? They're just young and proud of their heritage. I wouldn't draw such a harsh conclusion without substantial evidence. I can't understand why they're fascinated with the sinkhole, but that doesn't make them criminals.
Any objection to us investigating that sinkhole? Considering it appeared suddenly, there could be something there affecting them and putting them under the influence.
It's unusual for newcomers to encroach upon Altmer affairs, especially since we rarely saw any prior to the Queen's decree. If you want to investigate, I won't try to stop you. And if anything happens, maybe it will teach my son to avoid the place.
I hope so. If you find anything for you to be concerned about, we'll let you know.
Raz wants to ask the Cannon Reeve a few more questions. Take the Sijic and go investigate this sinkhole.
The Cannon Reeve's son certainly seems agitated about something. I wonder where he ran off to in such a state. Well, I suppose we should go and take a look at the sinkhole the Cannon Reeve mentioned.
Got any idea why you think Cannon Reeve's son's buddies gather there?
That's a rather dangerous and unsavory location for a gathering of young Altmer. The Cannon Reeve referred to them as malcontents, who are proud of their heritage. Makes me curious to see what we'll find when we get there.
Do you think there are any connections?
I'd rather not speculate. We'll see for ourselves soon enough. I just hope the Cannon Reeve's son hasn't gotten involved with anything too terrible. Children, they can be as frustrating as they are loving.
You have any?
I had a daughter. She fell ill. Even the best minds of the Conclave couldn't cure her malady. She's no longer with us. Enough of that. Let's go see what the sinkhole has to show us.
Dawnbreaker, open the way! Oh, come on! Stupid Daedric interference! I'll be back!
The Cannon Reeve's son certainly seems agitated. I think we can enter through these roots.
Alright. Let's go ahead and enter through these roots then. And there she goes.
He attacked Eldon, and one of those horrible creatures tore off my hood!
Ooh.
That young woman was certainly in a hurry. And what was that about Nadoril and an attack?
Sounds like Nadoril was the perpetrator. Also something about creatures.
Yes, well, let's be on our guard then. I don't think this sinkhole is completely natural. It certainly feels dangerous. And if it does figure into the Court of Bedlam's plans, well...
Alright.
The walls and ceiling, they don't look stable. I'll try
What you this is?
and catch up with you.
There we go.
More of those Yaga creatures. Be careful. The size of this place. It's almost as if someone dug up through the island.
Someone there? Help! Please help! Crazy bastard stabbed me! God, this hurts!
Tell me what happened.
It was just kind of fun. Joining the Court of Bedlam. Espousing the virtues of our Ultima heritage. But Nidoral, he took things too far.
Too far, you say?
When we heard that they planned to release those creatures, I made the mistake of saying they were insane. Nidoral objected, called me unworthy. That's when he stabbed me.
Where is he now, Eldon? Where is Nidoral now?
The Court of Bedlam will eradicate the lesser races. Maybe even deal with our unworthy queen.
Over here. Keep quiet and tell me if you see what I see.
Ooh.
You see that, right? My eyes aren't playing tricks on me. That's a sea slode. They haven't been seen in Somerset since... well, it's been centuries at least.
Sea slode?
A vile and dangerous species. Very powerful. The sea slode come from the distant underwater kingdom of Ulvorkus. Who's that hooded figure with the slode? And look, more of those abyssal pearls. They're everywhere.
Why are they so dangerous?
The slode are a godless people. Perhaps the most hated in Tamriel. And the sea slode are even worse. They employ depraved magic and have long coveted Somerset. They believe it once belonged to them. They pillage, release plagues. They're horrible.
It's got something to do with the Court of Bedlam?
The hooded figure could be a member of this so-called Court of Bedlam. At this point, nothing would surprise me. That slode has me worried, though. I can't think of anything worse than an alliance between those foul beasts and Daedric cultists.
Could this be the source?
They could certainly have a connection to the Sea Slode's submerged kingdom, but they appear to have been placed down here. Look how the Yagra are drawn to them. I'll head for the Sea Slode. You deal with those abyssal pearls.
On it.
Master, intruders in the cave.
me, my creatures! Destroy the intruders!
We need to get over there.
Witness the power of Katora, the Abyssal Cabal!
This way. We're almost there.
Here we go.
Destroy the pearls! We can't let those creatures reach the surface! The sea slode and the hooded figure are gone. I'll try to determine where they disappeared to.
There you go.
This way! Up here! Damn! No sign of where the sea slode disappeared to.
Oh dear.
Damn it! I wasn't fast enough.
So they booked
For the
it.
time being, let's see what's through that opening. The sea slode left us something to remember it by. We need to dispatch that creature.
Mm-hmm.
There! I think we can get out over there.
Here we go.
Hurry, this... Somehow Raz knew he'd find you.
Ooh.
This is worse than the Right Master imagined. Meet me in Artaeum after you talk to the Queen's Eye.
Did the pretty Sijik say sea slode? No. Raz must have heard wrong. That could not have been what she said.
Unfortunately, it is. Sea Slode and Katora working with the Court of Evelyn, including Canon's son.
Slode? That's bad. And sea slode? That sounds even worse. If the sea slode threatens Somerset, Queen Irene must be informed. We need to act. Wait. What did you say about the Canon Reeve's son?
Join the Court of Bedlam, killed a fellow initiate who's working with the Slode.
Daedra worshippers. In Somerset. And Slode. Oh, Roz likes this situation less and less. As for Nedoro, Raz knows how to deal with traitors. This one will meet you at the Canonry's house.
See you there. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Ooh. Mm-hmm. There we go. Those are quest-based. Let's have a chat with the cannon reeve. Let's have a chat with the cannon
How
reeve.
dare you accuse my son of treason? The Queen's Eye. How dare he not identify himself when he first arrived? And how dare he accuse my foolish son of something as serious as treason? The Queen shall hear of this, mark my words.
Okay. First off, as you well know, policemen don't have a legal right to identify themselves. Unless, of course, they're visiting a prostitution place. Second off, Netherill's more than foolish. Merked a fellow high elf and is working with the sea slode.
Sea slode? Plus all this nonsense about Altma's superiority, and now murder? I am the Canon Reeve of Relenthil. I took an oath to serve and protect my community. How in the Queen's name am I supposed to reconcile my son's actions?
That sounds to me like a you problem.
Oh, Nadoril, what have you done? Please, you must talk to the Queen's Eye. He needs to show mercy. I'm sure we can find a way to resolve this without... Oh, here comes Nadoril now.
You got a lot to answer for, though, King Reeve. Expect shit to go down.
I have a lot to answer for? The court of Bedlam is going to turn me into a god.
Foolishness can be ignored. Murder and treason, not so much.
You and your queen have no authority over a true Ultima, you mangy cat.
This one cannot allow your crimes to stand unanswered.
Nadoril! No! No! I understand. Relenthil is loyal to the Queen.
Sometimes the eye sees treason and must cut it out before it spreads. This one is sorry you had to witness that.
Hey! I'm all for Six Semper Traitoris, Six Semper Perfidious as much as the next guy, but for those of us playing the home game, is there any way you could have arrested Netheril, including instead of executing?
Blasphemy, treason, murder. How many crimes must one commit to attract the attention of the executioner's blade? Raz decided that a message had to be sent. Enemies of the Queen will not be tolerated.
I get you. Strike hard and all that.
Treason and the Queen's justice are serious business. Raz has been forced into this role on rare occasions, but he never seeks it out or looks forward to wielding the blade. A necessary part of my job, yes.
Anything else you need right now?
No. Raz will see to the Canon Reeve and send word to the Queen before looking deeper into the Court of Bedlam.
Alright. And we're gonna go ahead and there we go. Artem. Alrighty then.
Friend of Valseren, I have a proposal for you.
Another time.
Ah, friend of Valseren. I've been informed that you encountered a sea sload in a sinkhole beneath Relenthiel. That bodes ill for Somerset, perhaps all of Nirn.
Call itself Katora.
That particular sea sload and its renegades call themselves the Abyssal Cabal. I thought I defeated them long ago, but it appears I was in error. Val described those seaborne monstrosities. The Daedric princes I asked the Conclave. The more we learn, the more the nature of the threat becomes clear.
I bet. Alrighty then. Normally I loathe wrapping things up early, but I'm just need to get some rest here. I do hope to get this sorted out here next time. But until then, folks, all I gotta say here is that you've been a wonderful audience, and I do hope that you all come back here next time, 8 o'clock tonight, where we'll be doing more Elder Scrolls Online. Until then, peace out, and I'll see you when I see you. And a hint to where we're going to next? We're about to go do some crime. Until next time, folks. Peace.